Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Fact, Issues, and Reality. Today, we have an amazing guest with me. Our guest today is a wife, a mother, and a life coach, a certified Christian counselor, and an infidelity recovery expert. She works with singles, intending couples, and couples to achieve relationship transformation and create marital bliss. She's an engineer by training, but has been a serial entrepreneur for over 2 decades, being a conference speaker and a mentor to many. She's a personal growth enthusiast and loves to help people maximize their potentials. Please join me to welcome Mrs. Bosse Fawemi. Welcome, ma.
Thank you.
So, Mrs. Bosse, how have you been?
I'm good. I've been busy, but it's good.
Great. It's good to have you on the show.
Thank
And
you.
what have you been up to?
I've been up to many things. Um, I have been helping people with their relationship issues, both here in Canada, in Nigeria, and anywhere where you have Nigerians.
Oh, around the world.
Around the world, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I do take online sessions, with singles and couples to help them navigate their relationship challenges. In addition to that, I still do immigration work.
Oh, great.
I help people relocate to Canada,
That's good.
and I do international student recruitment.
Great. Oh, that's good. Good to know. Welcome, ma. So on this
Thank you.
show, what we try to do is expose ourselves and other Black people to the world, to the government, to the city of Windsor, just letting them know how we struggle, how we strive, our pains, our tribulations, just trying to migrate and get into the workspace, the social, the economic place in another country. And that's why we have this show. So again, I'm going to say welcome and thank you for actually honoring us to be on this episode.
It's my pleasure.
So we want to know a little bit about who Miss Fawemi is.
A little bit about me. Okay, I'm a young lady of over 50.
Okay.
I lived the greater part of my life in Nigeria,
Mhm.
and I moved to Windsor in 2018. I'm here with my family, my husband and 2 boys. I studied petroleum engineering, and I worked for a few years as an engineer before I ventured into business. So, in the course of my life, I have done
So many.
so many businesses. What else? I like to learn. I'm always doing one course or the other. I keep improving myself because that's what I believe will help me to be able to impact my world and add to my community. So I'm currently doing a master's program. So yeah, what else do you want to know?
Great. That's good to know. I mean, one should never stop learning. It's just a way of improving, developing, and also adding value into others as well. Great. So you grew up in Nigeria, you said?
Yes.
So what made you, how was it like you're growing up?
My growing up was not without its challenges. I lived with my grandma, so it was a close. We lived maybe somewhere below the poverty line, I would say.
Okay.
I wasn't born with a silver spoon.
So somewhere below.
Somewhere below.
Okay.
Yeah. So I grew up in Surulere in Lagos. But the good thing that helped me to come out of that life was education.
Great.
I mean, those were the days where education was free. So I attended free
schools in Nigeria.
Yeah, so
awesome.
And the quality of education was good.
Good, great.
Yeah, so that helped me to finish high school. Otherwise, I don't know if we had to pay, if we would have been able to afford it. Yeah. Then I was fortunate also to go to a federal university where we pay, but the money was
Very
not,
minimal.
it was very little.
Oh.
So that was how people like us could go to school. And God helped me. I was good with school. Graduated almost top of my class. Two of us shared the same position.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
That's good.
So that helped me to, break free from, the life where I grew up from. And then education is what has led to who I am today.
Great.
And of course, with the grace of God.
Awesome. Wow, that's good to know. I just wanted to take us back to the Nigeria. So you went to, your educational aspect was almost free to some certain level. So at some point, there was actually free education in Nigeria.
Yeah, that was good.
That was even good. Quality education.
Yes.
Wow, that's really good to know. Oh, that's good. So what made you relocate to Canada?
Oh, that's a question many people will ask, and why? Okay, so in Nigeria, we were doing good. When people relocate, and the reason why they relocate is because maybe life was tough. No, for us, life wasn't tough.
Oh.
It wasn't tough at all. We were living very good. In fact, the current house I live here in Canada now, I normally tease my husband that this is the smallest house I've ever lived. Since I got married.
Yes.
It's the smallest. It's really so small. I've always lived in big houses, with domestic staffs and
everywhere.
Driver, this and that. So coming to Canada, it wasn't really because things were bad. But we've always knew that we would move out of Nigeria at some point. So we planned for it. And it was basically because of our boys that, we would give them international education. And for us to do that, we're not just going to send them.
Yes.
That we wouldn't just send them and say, go to school. So by the time the first one was going in, I was ready to move with him.
Okay.
So that's basically why we moved, because we wanted the education for the boys. And I knew as an entrepreneur that I can thrive anywhere.
Yes.
So I don't have to be in Nigeria or anywhere I am. I can always create my own thing and do my own stuff. So so we had that, and we believe in Nigeria there are some other things that even when you are comfortable in Nigeria, there are still some things that
will push
beyond you. So the traffic situation, my husband was working on the island, we were living on the mainland, the stress of commuting, and then the safety issues, the safety issues were there. And just the fact that you live in an environment where you get angry at so many things that are
unnecessarily
beyond your control. You can't do anything about it. Yes. You can create power in your house, give water, do everything. But once you leave the confines of your own house, you get into the society, then all the decadence stares at you. So we just feel we want to live in a better climate. Yes. So that's why we came.
Awesome. Good to know, because I was going to say, when you said you wanted to give the children, an international quality education, I'm like, okay, but couldn't you have gotten the same quality in Nigeria? But you mentioning every other factors that made you leave now makes so much sense. So I would ask, when exactly did you relocate to Canada?
When June of 2018.
2018. So how has it been in Canada?
It's been a journey. So I've had my ups and my downs. So my downs basically were around being lonely. I'm a people person, and back home, my home is always full of people. Events were celebrated. If it's my birthday, everybody's coming, cake, food, the house is bubbling. At any occasion, we were celebrating. At this moment, there's always a reason. One child's birthday, our wedding, there's always that. And I love having people around. So when I came, and everything was just quiet. like your next door neighbor doesn't even want to say hi.
May not even know you.
Even when you want to make eye contact to greet them, they don't even want, they're kind of like, so you can read the body language. That's so that initial, so did I really make a right decision? I mean, like,
questions keep popping up.
So why do I have to endure this? I'm a celebrity where I'm coming from, man. So those were my downs. But the good thing there was that I have a very thriving online life. So even when people are not coming in physically, I still have my connections online. So that kept me, at those low moments where I'll be like, why is this place so boring? Like, why is this place so dull and all? So those were the downs. The ups. Yeah. The ups, like I've been to school. I did social service work in St. Clair College. I did my immigration training, got my diploma, became certified as RCIC. Because I like school. So every time I got that, it gives me some adrenaline. Yes. Yeah. And I'm on another master's program. I like that. I've also seen my first son graduate from school. Great. So that's one of the reasons why we came in the first place. And then it's like, we are eventually achieving that. Yeah. It's been good, and I'm gradually building my own community, at least in Ontario. People come over, spend weekends.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so I'm gradually building the type
your home, your like kind of
my network,
village.
My village.
Yes, which is good. Good. So I'm going to ask, since the initial reason for actually moving was because of the children, how are the children finding it?
I think they are good. Our older boy really likes Nigeria. Really, really like Nigeria. Wow. If you give him any opportunity for holiday, he wants to go back. December, it's like, Nigeria will be bubbling now. This everywhere is just cold, So he likes Nigeria, but it's settling down. And why it's settling down better is because Nigeria is kind of a no-go place for him right now. So he already was telling us, so once he finished school, he wants to go back, that he has opportunities there. But every time he hears what's happening, and he just be like, why is that country that bad? So because of that, I don't know whether I should be happy for that or not.
Having to want him to go back, and
because I really don't want him to go back. And he wanted to, but now he's kind of like reasoning it out that maybe it's not that safe to go back. So he's doing well. He has a job, and it's fine. The younger one is okay in school as well.
That's good. That's very good to know. So I would ask you right now, pertaining to job, what exactly are you doing?
A job, Since I came, I have kind of like created my own jobs. I didn't really go out to work.
Okay.
When I did my internship, they call it, from school, from St. Clair, I had an experience, a work experience.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we had to go for 4 months internship. And I did like 2.5 of the 4 months before COVID struck.
Oh.
So that's my experience in the workplace in Canada. And I had my mixed feelings about it. So I pulled back. Like, do I really want to do this?
Yes.
Do I really want to work in this environment, So I pulled back. Now, pulling back, I realized that it wasn't really helping me because it affected my integration into the society. Yes. If I want to build a village, if I want to build my network, then I can't spend all day in my house and not meet people. So I'm trying to get myself out to connect more with people that are here rather than have my entire life online. So I took up a job, even though it's I work alternate weekends in a home for mentally challenged people.
Okay.
Because that's kind of in line with my mental health work.
Okay.
So I took that. That takes me out. At least, yes. And then the organization, the leadership, they are very good.
Oh, awesome.
The experience I have here is different from the one I had in the previous, work environment.
Yes, that made you pull back.
Yes, that made me pull back. So, yeah. So because in that other place, my immediate supervisor was awesome. The lady was good, very good. But the culture of that environment was not very welcoming.
Yes, I understand.
Wasn't very welcoming. But in this other place,
it's so different.
It's so different. It's so different. The leadership, they are good. And that's kind of like giving me more confidence. Be like, yeah, maybe I can do this.
You can do this. Would you actually say maybe it's kind of diverse in that area, your workplace right now?
Right now. Yes, it's more diverse.
Maybe that's the reason.
Yeah. Even though the core leadership, they are white.
Okay.
But those ladies are awesome. They are just very good. They make you feel like you are needed, you are wanted here. Like
as an employee.
Yes, like you matter.
That's good.
Your contribution, no matter how little, they appreciate you. They validate you.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. So you could say now that you're able to break a little into the workplace.
Yes. Yeah, and based on that, I actually told my husband that maybe I should get a job.
Yes.
Maybe I should get a job, to really get to know more people and build more networks. So I sent out my resume to 2 organizations recently.
Hopefully.
I'm hoping that I will be able to go in fully.
So based on the diversity, do you think the government of Canada is working hard, to ensure equality in all aspects?
I don't think so.
Okay.
As an immigration consultant, we hear a lot of things about how Canada wants to bring in people. Like, Canada needs people. Canada needs people. Between the 2 of us, I'll be like, yeah, they need people. But
the eligibility requirements, the list.
They make it very difficult for these people to come in. That's one. Then when the people come in, the people they are coming to meet are not receiving them well. They are not training and equipping the people, the host.
Yes.
To be able to accommodate them. Yes, so it's like they say, oh, we want you, come. And then when you come, you don't receive the welcoming. The welcoming, it's not warm.
Yes.
It's not warm. And a lot of training needs to be done.
Yes.
Especially in the work environment where, you spend a good part of your day and the people are kind of like tolerating you.
Yes. Yeah, rather than accommodating, just
tolerating. Even in the religious environment, in the churches
as well.
Wow. In the churches, you just kind of like feel like
you don't feel home.
Yeah, like they're just kind of
because we're in church.
Yeah, we are in church. They are tolerating. You're like, okay, just come.
Wow.
But that reception, the warm reception, it's really not there.
Not there. Wow. So have you at any time felt any form of discrimination, maybe at workplace, even in these religious factors, social gatherings?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I have. And one thing I would say is that when you are an immigrant and you have issues with your self-esteem, then they will really, really put you down the more. And I know that there will be people that struggle with that.
Yes.
And I just kind of imagine what they will be experiencing, what it will be like for them. For someone like me, I really don't care. I mean,
more like you have a tough skin. So,
like, I don't care. It doesn't bug me, but I have experienced it. I've experienced it. I don't know if I should be saying so much about instances so that it doesn't look like
no, you can give examples. That's what we're trying to showcase, right? Let the government themselves know that this equality you preach isn't really there.
It's not there.
You say diversity, but still we're not equal. We're not on the same level.
Not there.
So yes.
So back home in church, I mean, my husband and I were very committed. We are leaders, you know. Any church we get to, we are assets to the church, and we know that, you know, because we have a lot to offer. Now we decided on a white church. So, and that was based on we want to be integrated.
Yes.
I mean, if all our life is
just go to the black church, you're doing the same thing.
Like, I mean, I'm here. Let me live the life from here. Then we went there, actually introduced ourselves, went to the pastors, a few pastors. This is what we do. This is ours. We did the membership program and all. Okay, I need to join a small group.
Yes.
And that took forever. And the pastor actually told me, oh, we are trying to form a new cell. There is this other two black families, you know, when they are ready, we intend to put you all together. And I found that very offensive.
Yes.
Like, if I want to be with black people, I know where they are.
Exactly.
I mean, why would you? I want to belong to a small group. You are telling me you want to form a new one with some black families.
Yes.
So I can fit in. I said, what about the existing group? He said, oh, they are all filled up, you know. It's they hold the meetings in their living room. And I'm wondering, I'm just one person. If there is a group of 8 in someone's living room and you add one more person, the roof won't collapse.
Yes, how inconvenient would that be? Yes.
I mean, and for us as Christians, it's like you are supposed to be your arms are supposed to be wide open. Like you see someone that wants to belong, you're like, oh, welcome. I mean, that was how we were raised back home.
Yes.
You know? So when I got here and it's like, in fact, me too. I just kind of like backed off.
Wow.
And my son also has similar experiences. So for the youth group, I said, join them. Why don't you go? They'll be like, Mommy, I went. You don't understand. It's like they are just like very polite with you.
Politely rude.
You know, like they're just polite.
I understand. My son too has made complaints about that. And just like you said, for those who are quickly intimidated, it gets to affect them. But for those who have the tough skin, just look and move on. I know you've mentioned a couple of things you don't like, but I mean, there'll be some things you like about the environment. What, the environment, Canada as a whole, has brought forth to the table for you?
Hey, I like many things here. The fact that if I want to move from point A to point B, I know 10 minutes.
You're there.
It's 10 minutes.
So no traffic, nothing.
No traffic. Oh, back home. That for you to move from point A to point B.
Forever.
If on Google Map is 10 minutes, plan 1 hour. What? I like that. I like that the environment is calm. I also like the fact that you are safe.
Okay.
Because
security is very
good. When you lived in a place where you have to always watch your back. I mean, you have to just always be careful. Here you still have to be careful, but it's not that deep. You just things are safe. On the health aspect, okay, I'm supposed to be talking about the things I like. So maybe I shouldn't go there because I found some discrepancy in the health thing. I'm like,
as well.
I'll be like, hey, I had it better in Nigeria actually when it comes to the healthcare. If I need something back home in Nigeria, because that was a place where you could use your money to do a lot of things. So if I needed anything, it's just for me to go to the clinic that can offer the service. I pay, I get it. But here, I was like, so can I get this thing and say, hey, you have to wait?
Or speak to your doctor, go back to
the family. The family. I'm like, why? So, but it has its pros and cons.
Yes.
I mean, for people who couldn't afford to pay for services, I mean, this will look like, oh, this is heaven, you know. So, but for me, not really. No. So, no. Oh. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. More good than bad, though. So.
Yeah, good education. Good. You have more exposure. I mean, I've always been exposed. I mean, been to many countries. The average Nigerian that travels, we are very exposed. I mean, I've been to many countries. So coming here also is that opportunity to enjoy diversity because you get to meet more citizens of other countries exactly. At close range,
and then their cultures, their traditions.
Yes, when I had my course at St. Clair, in my close group of study group, I had a Filipino. We had Indians, and there is a lady from Zimbabwe.
Oh, wow.
And you know, it's like Canada is kind of like really a melting pot, you know, where you have many people. I enjoy that. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. Today we've actually learned a lot from Mrs. Bose Fawemi, from childhood to education, integration with the children, and life in Canada as a whole. I hope someone somewhere has learned a thing or two and be able, you know, to prepare either for the journey or see what we're going through as Black people in Canada. Until we meet again next time, I would always encourage everyone to get your facts, understand your issues, and focus on your reality. Thank you.